Two grown men had never seen The Simpsons. It's America's barley basket.
I wonder, does a porn star make more money now, or do they make more money in 1980?
1980 by a mile.
Think so?
100%.
Interesting.
When's the last time anyone's paid for pornography?
My only thinking is, are they able to monetize shit like OnlyFans enough that they can make bigger money off that?
Maybe. I bet not bigger money. Like, I bet it was like 1980s way up here, 2010 is down here, and 2022 is
a little
higher again.
Yeah, I bet the nadir was like right around 2010. Mm-hmm. Everyone had high speed internet. No one was paying for porn.
Right.
And then and also back then, since you wasn't available online, there was probably less of it getting made.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
And I'm pretty sure it was like higher quality because they could actually make money off of it. Like
right. Much like anything else, you had it's like movies or fucking anything. You had gatekeepers.
Yeah.
and not just any old idiot can make it and put it on the internet.
And back then, at one time, you had to just go to a movie theater to watch dirty movies.
What a time.
I think that's why early porn was actual hour-and-a-half long movies with a storyline.
Yeah, because you had to get the most out of it. You had to get your money's worth.
Yep, you had to if you're paying for a movie ticket, we got to show you a movie.
They weren't always feature length, though. A lot of times it was, here's 7 shorts cut up, because who gives a shit?
Yeah. I don't feel invested in these characters.
There's a good dollop about what is essentially the birth of pornography from these two brothers in San Francisco.
Interesting.
And how wild.
Yeah.
The Wild West was very wild.
I think now it's in like almost like something like 90% of the porn you see is made in one county in California.
Sure.
I don't know why it's done in that county.
I bet there's laws or taxes.
Yep, laws, I'm guessing,
are easy to get around or avoid.
I feel like they're like the one county because it's it's a big industry there that you don't have to use condoms.
Oh.
Because that was a big thing. They almost like passed a California statewide law on that, that any movie made has to have condoms in it. Like,
except one county's like, not here, dog.
No. See how nice our bike trails are? That's porn tax. You take away these kids' splash pad? Is that what you want to do?
Look at them kids over there in that skate park. You going to tell them that we're taking the skate park away?
You going to take away our cement and our rails?
Yeah. You going to bulldoze that half pipe yourself, dog?
Teens are a lot less trouble since we got this half pipe.
Sure would shudder to think what would happen if they didn't have this skate park to be going to.
San Luis, whatever, for all your pornography making needs. I like the idea, what's the porn awards called?
The AVN
Awards. That there's like a Chamber of Commerce fucking fucking little fucking desk with a fucking video playing, like, move to this town.
They probably don't need to advertise.
Yeah, they're already all there. They already got it wrapped up.
Yeah, well, they got it not wrapped up, actually. Hey, we're doing it.
Fun times.
Comedy's easy.
Yeah. I wonder if, like, VHS was when we saw porn no longer having, like, plots,
Well, I mean, that's like Boogie Nights. That's like what Burt Reynolds is so mad about in that movie is like, now anyone can make it on these goddamn now the quality's gone to shit.
Oh, is that
because we quit filming on film?
I haven't seen Boogie Nights since it was new. So
yeah, it's been a long time for me.
Good movie, if I remember. Yeah,
that's where it all starts to fall apart for him in that movie when he's taping Roller Girl in that limousine holding a fucking video cam, being like, God, this is garbage.
I forgot about that they were making real deal
on film.
Yeah.
Back when it used to mean something.
Yeah. What an industry to have been in back in the day. Like, it was some fun times.
Yep.
If you avoided the pitfalls of that kind of life.
If you were able to skirt all the vices that everybody else got a hold of.
Yeah. But it was a fun time to be fucking 22 years old in fucking sunny Southern California.
Yeah, to be a porn directing superstar in Southern California in 1977.
That movie kind of brought Burt Reynolds back a little bit.
Oh, was that his Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, he had kind of fallen off for a while, like especially movies. Him and he had a couple sitcoms and shit, but
sure.
After that, he had about a 3 or 4 year run where he was popping up in a lot of movies.
He's great in that movie.
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
I feel like I don't think I've ever seen it. It was kind of universally panned. I think he was in that Demi Moore movie Striptease.
Okay, I never saw Striptease.
Yeah, I think it's like. They try to sell it as being like super erotic. Well, fuck me, the name's Striptease.
Right.
But I think it's like kind of a cheeky comedy, maybe. So people were like, wait, what? Like, there's no nudity in this? Like, or barely any,
I'm not aroused at all.
This guy's looking at the front of their dress slacks. Like, what the fuck is this?
What's going on? I want my money back.
Better yet, what's not going on?
Demi Moore put it to sleep. I wouldn't have called that.
Boy, that's a thing that's gone now is the erotic thriller or the erotic anything.
Yeah.
No big budget movies are designed to titillate.
Movies are very sexless.
Yeah.
Yep. That's like I've seen that as an ongoing online conversation of people being like, no one puts like it was a big deal that Florence Pugh got her titties out in Oppenheimer. Everybody was like, can you believe it? It's like, yeah, man, this used to be in movies all the time.
In 1981, every R-rated movie made had tits in it.
Right.
They'd shoehorn them into the most pointless. Yeah. It's like, hey, we can do this, so let's do it.
Yeah.
And
like a lot of people, like discussions I've seen blame Marvel, like those are the biggest movies and there's no titties in any of them,
for kids,
but of course they're fucking art.
Yeah.
Like it would be jarring.
There are no titties in comic books.
Right.
Well,
I mean, there's plenty of titties in comic books, maybe not in Marvel's.
Now when you see titties in the movies, it's like nostalgic. Like,
remember those?
Bring the kids in. Look at this. Hi, kids. There was a time that every movie had tits.
Our parents showed us Pac-Man.
Yeah.
We show our kids tits in movies.
Yeah. Pac-Man would have been around the same time as tits in movies were doing real. It's a good time to be an American, late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah. There's the what do you call it? The gratuitous sex in movies is dead.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that throwing it in for no reason is the right way to do it either, but there's definitely a middle ground.
I just think adults don't go to movies anymore. So why would you make movies for adults?
I guess.
Yeah, that's I am trying to think of what would have been. There was a lot of them in the 90s. You had like Basic Instinct, like Showgirls, like so many
Species.
Yeah, like you could have like sci-fi sexy movies.
Yeah. Striptease was one. Striptease, Species, and Showgirls were all. They all came out around about the same time, early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
And they were all, I remember them being talked about in hushed tones amongst the dads.
Really?
You would overhear dad's friend being like, we're going to go, me and the wife, we're going to go see Species this weekend.
No shit. Really?
It was, we're going to keep this marriage alive. God damn it.
Watch the alien lady fuck dudes to death.
Yeah.
I think that's how that movie works.
That is what that movie is. I watched that movie just a couple years ago.
Hold up.
No,
kidding.
It's a little nostalgic because it's this 90s thriller doesn't exist anymore, regardless of the sex. But this 90s thriller doesn't exist. Good fucking cast, too. Forrest Whitaker and, God damn it, cuts the guy's ear off in Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, Michael Madsen?
Michael Madsen. Wanted to say Mads Mikkelsen. Way different.
God, yeah. And one thing about it that probably doesn't age as well, because it's not fun. It's a serious,
right.
Thriller, horror, sci-fi.
It does have, retrospective cheese now. You watch it and you're like, okay, all right. The CGI in it is so fucking terrible. It's great.
Natasha Henstridge.
There you go.
What do you remember? She had a syndicated show that aired late at night. Was it She Spies? Her and two other
idea.
sassy ladies.
This could all be made up for all I know.
Little TMI here.
Oh boy.
Teenage me'd come home after a night of having a few Chardonnays, and you're a younger man. You could do it back then, even when you were hammered. Pound out the veal to Natasha Henstridge on a campy syndicated because also that was around the time Pamela Anderson had that syndicated VIP or something like that.
I don't know.
She had I think she's like a fucking detective or something.
Okay, sure. I remember Barbed Wire. Wasn't that she was some manner of badass?
A movie I've never seen.
Me neither.
I know it from the pinball game. The Barbed Wire I know she has always denounced it because I think it's like really serious and dark and brooding.
Huh.
Right. They thought that fucking Pam Anderson was the proper woman to cast, and she was shaped like the woman in that comic book.
Sure.
That was like a fucking indie comic, I think, Barbed Wire. It's like, why pick her? Why was that the movie we were going to introduce her to the world with?
Yeah.
Because I think that was maybe her only starring role.
No idea. I would believe you if you told me that.
What a weird time. That was the thing. If you were good enough looking and became famous for being pretty, you would get a chance to make one movie.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, oh man. Cindy Crawford had a starring movie with the 7th most relevant Baldwin brother. That movie ate shit. You never saw her on a movie screen again.
Denise Richards is a Bond girl.
Yeah.
You just could be professionally pretty.
Yeah. I think supermodels were huge in the 90s.
Yeah.
So they were in the public eye.
Species is Natasha Henstridge's first movie.
Yeah, that's what.
She's never been in a movie before, and she's on the poster.
Yeah, that is a good.
She's the only one on the poster.
Boy, that's a confident move by a movie studio.
Yeah,
we have found some. They used to be they'd rattle off the cast and introducing this person we have found.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are ready for this shit?
I'm pretty sure she gets an introducing in the opening credits. But it's like, we have Oscar Award winner Sir Ben Kingsley in this movie. Do we put him on the poster?
Nope.
Absolutely not. It's amazing.
I am trying to, there were a couple that made it into the early aughts, the erotic thriller. There was that one with Diane Lane where she gets railed 8 ways till Tuesday, and you will demolish a pair of jeans watching that. Called Unfaithful, where she's in an unhappy marriage or kind of unhappy marriage with Richard Gere and starts cheating on him, and it is hot and spicy. Catches you off guard because the sex isn't cinematic, just them fucking on a stairwell.
It's too real.
Yeah, it is. It's not good. They're fucking up because they don't know each other.
Tripping over shit.
It is wild, and it's actually a good movie too. Because that was always the thing, especially when you were young. It's I'm here to fucking knock one out. Now I got to pay attention to the story arc.
I guess I have to watch the rest of this movie.
I did that with the movie Bound.
I don't know Bound.
Oh my God, Bound. Your bedroom will look like the alien hive in Aliens. It'll be 20 degrees warmer if a 15-year-old.
So
yes.
Nobody touch a thing.
Nobody touch nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry to misquote an Aliens quote. You fucking
missed
nerd.
One word.
Jesus Christ.
That fucking movie aired on the big screen this Thursday in the cities, and I had to be at a show. So bummed.
You're bummed you couldn't have an erection with 80 other people?
No, Aliens.
Oh, I thought you meant Bound.
But Bound, it's Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly doing lesbian stuff. There wasn't a lot of lesbian shit happening in 1997 or whatever that came out.
That was a spicy movie.
That was the guy, the brothers are now sisters that made the
Wachowskis?
Yeah, that was their first movie, I'm pretty sure. And
what's it about? What's the back of the box say?
It is Jen Tilly is married to a mafia guy who she's not in love with and is kind of trapped in this.
Sure.
And I don't know how, what's her name? Gina Gershon comes into their life, but they immediately start scissoring or however they show love. And they come up with a plot to kill him. but like it doesn't. It's really twisty turny, and it all works.
Okay.
Like I like to look and see what like the Rotten Tomato score. I bet it's good because it's like I bet a lot of them were shocked by how good this was.
It's a lot of talent that you've named so far. Well, Jennifer Tilly
is a very, very endowed woman.
Yeah, she's got a couple of them that she's going to bring with.
She must be at that age where she's not really. Well, I bet she still pops up in any Chucky movie that comes out.
Totally. Yeah, I think, or at least lends a voice to. You know, I think the first time I'd have seen her was Liar Liar.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Where she's got short, punky blonde hair and wears a leopard print suit the whole time.
I know what you're talking.
I was the right age for Jennifer Tilly in that movie.
Leave me alone. I'm watching Liar Liar.
Again?
Yeah, he sure loves Jim Carrey.
He just likes laws.
Yeah. That might have been around the first Jim Carrey movie I didn't see.
That was like one of the first ones after the explosion. Mm-hmm. You know, had settled. It
had been Ace Ventura.
Yep.
The Mask. Ace Ventura 2 was in there pretty quickly.
You're missing Dumb and Dumber in there.
Dumb and Dumber. Yep. And his role in that one Batman movie.
Batman Forever.
Yep. Which I've never seen. I guess there's another Jim. That's the one Batman movie I've never seen.
Really? You've seen Batman and Robin, but not Batman Forever?
Yep. I don't know how that one skipped me. Batman and Robin, we've discussed before, perhaps the worst movie I've ever seen.
It's terrible.
I've heard if you watch back now, going into it and having fun, it's okay.
I've watched it in the last 5 years, and yes, you can like appreciate the cheese, but I'm not really one to appreciate cheese that much, except for actual cheese. I fucking love actual cheese, but but I'm not like, oh, it's so bad. Isn't this great? I've never been that kind of person.
Yeah.
But I will stand by Forever being better than Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Okay. I think now I look at it, the reason I disliked Batman and Robin so goddamn much, I had only seen the first two. They're not fucking campy at all. The Tim Burton ones, everything's black, you know, fucking, those are serious. I mean, they're fun, but they're serious movies. And doesn't the one with Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones have some campiness to it?
Oh, yeah. It's like, boy, I don't know that I can say it's as campy as Batman and Robin, but it's pretty fucking campy. Like, but that was intentional. That's why they fired Burton and hired Schumacher to make those movies, because they lost their goddamn minds after Batman Returns. Like, you have Michelle Pfeiffer in a fucking gimp outfit throughout this whole movie. Yeah. McDonald's got all pissed off because they were like, we can't put these toys in our Happy Meals. They're terrifying. Yeah.
Fucking Penguin is terrifying.
Yeah, Penguin will haunt your dreams.
If that thing screamed in front of your bed, you would just die screaming. You would never stop screaming. Good God.
Yeah, like Danny DeVito's Penguin, like that monstrous penguin is so revolting.
You hear like struggling, crawling sounds and look down and that thing's crawling out from under your bed. I lose my mind and my mind snaps like a twig instantly. Like fucking A.
Yeah, I remember that was a conscious thing. They were like, okay, we got to make the next one. We got to sell some fucking toys, you guys. Yeah. So bring Schumacher in.
And the funny thing is, they never captured the market again with toys and shit. That original Batman line of toys, I'm just old enough that I was the right age for that. But I was
for 89's Batman. Yeah,
fuck, those toys were everywhere.
I was too young. Like I was 4 in 89, and but I have read now and watched enough stuff of people being like, no, you don't understand. You couldn't escape the bat signal. It was fucking logo was on every product you bought.
So many hats with just the Batman logo. A lot of little kids.
I love that logo, the gold logo, the Tim Burton gold logo. Like not the yellow one, not the gold Michael Keaton Batman logo.
Good looking logo.
So good. Great Batmobile in that movie.
I did. Oh yeah, how stylized it. It's like a 1930s.
Maybe the best. Maybe the best Batmobile is Keaton's.
We've talked about it on here before. The original Batmobile from the 60s
Adam
TV
West
show, the convertible Batmobile,
the black and red one,
was found abandoned on the interstate outside of Fargo, North Dakota in the 80s. How amazing is that? Some eccentric millionaire was running out of money, and all he had left was the fucking Batmobile.
Holy moly.
Blew the fucking serpentine belt and fucking Argusville.
Just left it on the side of the road.
Just fucking hitchhiked back to California. Incredible. Oh my God. Fucking talk about like hearing adults talk about movies. I remember being like probably mid to late high school, just being in Senex, because that's where you went and bought for everything, and fucking that's where you also rented movies.
Yeah.
And just looking at the movies. I think my dad was even over there looking at the movies too. And this guy, I'm sure he knew him, just some farmer looking dude, was poked his head. He's like, hey guys, if you want to watch a good movie, you should watch Kingpin. And I was like, looking back, I was like, who is this guy with such good movie taste? Because I fucking love Kingpin.
The Woody Harrelson
Oh
movie?
my God.
Yeah.
Kingpin to me it's not quite Dumb and Dumber, but it's almost there.
Yeah, it's not quite as much of a cartoon as Dumb and Dumber is.
There are parts of fucking Kingpin where I will still laugh till I'll piss myself.
Totally. Kingpin's a very funny movie.
So many little fun jokes too. Like,
yeah, that's a good flick.
Oh my God. When he walks out of his apartment to go sell condoms or whatever his job, I think that's he sells sexual novelties for the machines and bathrooms. And there's just those two men sitting on that bench just looking like they're half dead. It's like, hey Roy. Like, yeah. Can you get sick drinking piss? Like, what a thing to ask somebody at like 7 a.m. I think so. Even if it's your own.
Jesus, what a follow-up.
How's life taking forever? Fuck, that movie starts off so hot.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Any other hot takes about erotic thrillers? I guess besides the Diane Lane one, Angelina Jolie. Some of her early movies were those like
Original Sin.
Yeah, good pull.
With
Yeah,
Antonio
that's
Banderas.
exactly it. Yeah, like that's like she's a pretty lady who will take her shirt off. God, that's gone from Hollywood now.
There was a time they gave Halle Berry $1 million to take her shirt off in Swordfish for no reason.
Fucking that was some 80s era pointless titties. It's like, why is she just?
That is maybe the most egregious one that you can point to of like, there is no reason for you to not have a shirt on in this scene.
And she was a big star to do it. So that was kind of that was the thing, like even in the 80s, once a woman got to a certain, like, they'd only show their tits if it was like for an artistic movie.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
Like fucking Deborah Wigger wasn't flipping her titties out of her shirt and fucking, Meatballs 4.
No, you showed them on the way up.
Yeah.
It's what is that? The wooden shoes on the way up the stairs and silk slippers on the way down the stairs.
You take your big bumps early in your career.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't have to take them late.
Yeah, eventually you become a commentator and you're above all this.
There's a reason fucking Rey Mysterio isn't doing Hurricanrana to the outside of the ring anymore,
Yeah.
He did enough early. He proved that he had it.
Yeah, Mick Foley quit doing that concrete elbow drop every match pretty early on. We got to wrestling. That's good.
God damn it. Ring the bell. Yeah, we were talking earlier. They're announcing a new season of Jesus Christ.
A new season of Jesus Christ.
Dark Side of the Ring.
There we go.
We got there. Season 5.
Should be fun.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, they're probably going to be depressing.
Yeah.
Not a lot of laughs in old wrestling stories.
No, they try. They try in the early, like the first 10 minutes of those episodes, they try.
They're having fun. They're doing things, but it always... Then they find out they fucking are smoking fucking California condor bones to get high and going bankrupt. They're hard to find.
I do like that show, but I don't do what I did and shotgun a season in a day. That's a fucking tough day. Yeah. You're pretty bummed.
Yeah. Man, is there a line of work you'd less rather hear your child wants to go into?
Oh, that's a good question for parents.
Yeah.
Is there what line of work is the one you want them to go into the least?
God, yeah.
Wrestling?
That'd be up there.
Wrestling be up there. I bet comedy'd be up there.
Yeah.
I think stripper is the hacky joke.
Yeah. Which makes no sense because it's the one that's financially the best out of so many jobs.
You're
like
surrounded by security and getting fat stacks of cash every day.
If you have the right mindset for it.
If you're a grinder, if you're a worker.
But maybe there's no way to escape it completely unscathed. Maybe you can.
I bet you can.
I think you probably, especially if you're on the more attractive end of the spectrum, you don't got to do as much like psychological warfare.
Right. The money comes to you at that point.
Yeah, they can probably sleep well at night.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm just a pretty lady that men wanted to spend time being around me.
Yeah, there's two kinds of strippers, hunters and fishers. Which one are you gonna stalk or are you gonna lure?
Yeah. Because you see that too, like the 42-year-old stripper that sees a college kid walking and that's blood in the water.
Yeah.
You know, like this kid has no clue what's gonna happen to him.
Yeah, saw plenty of those.
Oh my man, yeah. I bet you tales from the fucking strip floor there'd be some depressing stories.
God, there'd be some fun ones too, though.
That's true.
Like, I bet that's a podcast that exists already. Now that I think about it,
I'd listen.
I was like, I could think of a few friends I could call, but I was like, oh, that for sure exists.
Yeah. God, yeah. So I bet there are hilarious stories too. Yeah.
I've always thought, and there was a time, 6-8 years ago, where I thought about like, oh, you should put pen to paper on this and do this. A night at the strip club told from the employees' point of view would make a perfect like waiting or clerks or like a one day at our job movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not been represented. I don't know how to write or make movies.
Yeah.
So I definitely didn't do that.
Yeah, there's definitely a market for a good strip club comedy.
Absolutely.
I don't want to backtrack, but I'm going to backtrack.
Oh, okay.
Getting back to the erotica, titties and movies.
Welcome, by the way, to America's Barley Basket, episode 188.
You know where it still lives, and dare I say thrives?
Titties?
Yeah.
Okay.
HBO.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, they've never
Prestige
abandoned
television.
They've never abandoned it.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
As far as I know, none of the other prestige, you could show titties on Netflix if you wanted to, but they don't seem to have a lot of that kind of shit.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
It's just HBO. That's their jam.
Man, fucking, you want to talk about gratuitous? Game of Thrones was a fucking...
I've heard.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
Wild. Like,
why is this guy's hog in this shot?
Yeah.
Like, so much of that in that show.
Yeah, like full frontal nudity. That shit's wild.
That's another one, like you said, eventually an actor or an actress gets above it. That's what that one gal did. Yeah. The gal that played Daenerys on that show eventually got to a point of like, guys, I'm not taking them out anymore. Okay.
I'm not gonna get humped on camera anymore.
I'm done. I'm in this new Terminator movie, so I don't need this anymore.
Then that movie flops. Like,
wow.
I'll show one titty.
Pull one out for old time's sake.
But any of their like gritty crime dramas, they always find a reason to go to a strip club.
Yeah.
There's always going to be an HBO tip of a hat to them.
I haven't watched that Lakers show. I bet there's titties in it.
Totally is. There's so many titties in that. But there's 52 titties in that show.
Christ, I'm glad it's an even number.
Yeah. There's like an orgy scene, so we could have an odd number of the cameras just panning.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if it's swinging around too hard. 52, that's a deck of titties.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like plenty of titties. I watched all of that show. There are plenty of titties.
That show good?
I'm also a mark for...
You're a nerd for that era of basketball.
Yeah. But no, I think even if you take it away, I think that was a very interesting show.
Huh, okay.
Casting was right, because it's fucking hard to cast for people that in real life are 7 feet tall.
Also tough to cast for faces that you know so well.
Yeah, like they nailed magic. Fuck, they nailed them all. Even The Larry Bird was so perfect. It originally was going to be Bo Burnham.
Yeah, I had heard that.
But then they found some no-name kid who looked just like a young Larry Bird.
I think Oppenheimer got off easy that way because nobody knows, even if you know the story, you don't know what fucking Oppenheimer looks like.
Yeah.
Or you've seen his face in photos. You don't care what Harry S. Truman looks like.
Yeah, or like all of the other middlemen politicians in that movie.
Matt Damon's character, you don't care.
That's back, because it's award season and shit, and that got nominated for everything. I got thinking, because one of the last movies I went to was Oppenheimer. The fucking, story between, Robert Downey Jr.'s character and that's the fucking best part of that fucking movie. Just how the fuck does this end?
Yeah.
Did Robert Downey Jr. get nominated for a Best Supporting Actor? That motherfucker should win.
Yes, he should.
Jesus, he's good in that fucking movie.
I think the last time he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, he was in blackface. Now that I think about it.
Was he nominated for Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
He's terrific in it.
He's so good in it. I remember watching the Oscars that year, and Cuba Gooding Jr. was presenting that award, and he had things to say about about Robert Downey Jr. being up for it.
Fuck, I forgot about. Yeah, critics like that.
It was a good movie.
Oh, fuck, it's so good. And a big budget R-rated comedy just never happens anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a ambitious movie. Mm-hmm. It was like an action movie with comedy and R-rated. So you're alienating kids cannot buy tickets to it.
Big budget comedy used to be a thing. The fucking Blues Brothers.
Yeah, think of the fucking
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, there used to be so much of that shit. The other thing that's died is the romantic comedy. There used to be a romantic comedy in the theater at all times.
Sure. Always one for a date.
That's gone. There's maybe one every 2 months now. And they just say that audience stays home and watches TV.
Sure.
They got their shows. Kind of almost... The one thing that's filled that void, there is always a low-budget horror movie in the theater now. Mm-hmm. So oftentimes two. I don't even know what, right? There's Night Swim is in the theater right now. Probably not good. What is that? Some spooky pool movie, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's every pool.
Yeah.
As someone who can't swim, that is every pool. Yeah. Every pool is terrifying.
You need to watch that movie. Just have a panic attack for 90 minutes. No. Just thrashing, falling out of your seat.
You need to go with me and help hold me down.
You have a perimeter of your friends around you, so you don't get a lawsuit from actually hitting.
Marlin. No.
They just keep throwing blankets on you. You're fighting through them.
It's so deep.
Squeezing you into water wings. I don't know if this will help.
No, it's making it more real.
You got a swimming cap on, one of those little plastic nose plug things.
Goggles. No.
Why is he at this movie? Submersion therapy. That's a way to get someone to want to start swimming. Show them a movie that's a horror movie based on swimming.
Right.
Feels like now there's usually always one kind of basic bitch, this is for teenage kids horror movie, and then maybe one that's a cut above, an A24 type spooky movie, Well, there was a fucking time in the 90s. There was one or two scary movies a year. Mm-hmm. A lot of it went straight to video. There were very few fucking. But in 1994, there was a shocking few amount of horror.
Oh, the schlock that did come out too was so terrible.
That's what killed it. So much of it was horseshit. Mm-hmm. All these last leg slasher franchise from that had been earlier 90s, I guess, but fucking Halloween fucking 5 and shit like that. And I'm a sucker for the late Halloween sequels, but fucking objectively, they're not good movies.
I'm a believer that horror has more bad in it than any other genre because horror movies, if nothing else, are cheap to make.
Yep, totally.
So anybody can fart one out.
You don't need any stars.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly kids or teenagers
especially
or college age.
Post Blair Witch when it was anyone can make one of these.
There was a formula when horror movies were getting big again, like late 90s, early 2000s. You just have maybe one adult noticeable actor who's can't demand a huge salary.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the cast is just 19-year-olds from whatever CW or Fox teen drama was big.
Yeah.
Look at the cast of The Faculty or H2O. It's just all known Dawson's Creek, disturbing behavior, that kind of shit.
Isn't Busta Rhymes in H2O, or is he in a different Halloween?
He's in the one after that kind of put a nail in the coffin of Halloween for a few years, where they're making like a... what's it called? Like a reality TV show where they go to haunted houses and they all have like dash cams on, not dash cams, like GoPros on their heads, because that's part of the movie. It's like, oh no, there's actually Michael Myers is actually here. They're in the old Myers house. Is it Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks? That seem right?
I've never seen it. I just know he's in one that is almost universally hated.
This could be insanely wrong. I feel like the dude who dates Tara Reid in the American Pie movies, like of that group of friends.
Okay.
I feel like he might be in that movie too. And that might have been around the time where he just tipped his cap and said, well, it's been a good run. I was a child star. I was in the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I was about to say the kid from Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. A Night in King Arthur's Court.
Fuck you. Holy shit. Yep.
The deep cuts.
I always have to stop in my brain and go through the Rolodex when I'm thinking of Rookie of the Year. Do I actually mean Little Big League?
Oh.
Where the kid owns the twins.
See, that was the only one of those movies I was ever interested in.
Oh, sure.
It was because he owned the twins.
Yeah, I suppose.
And I think I remember watching that, and since I was not a kid, and it holds up way better than a lot of, because it's not as much, I'm a kid, now I run things, now we're doing skateboards and eating candy for breakfast. Like,
get with the times, old man.
Yeah, so much of that shit and that corny fucking Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Like, I feel like that fucking movie, it holds up a little bit better.
What was it with like live action kids movies and baseball? Because we had both of those and Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah. There might have been another one that's escaping me right now.
They for sure made another Angels in the Outfield.
Sandlot.
The Sandlot.
Kind of different. One goes more for a nostalgia period piece, but it's fucking big. We were in the last gasp of baseball being America's pastime. Yeah. In the 90s,
Nobody where I come from gave a shit about baseball, and all of my movies are about baseball.
Grass didn't grow. It's hard to have baseball on fucking on shale.
Our dirt was too shaly to have the dirt parts also.
Kid bled to death trying to steal second.
I think the real answer is, what do you mean we need 9 people per
that's
side?
True, yeah.
18 people.
We got 3 people playing baseball. There's fucking 11 ghosties. Holy shit, the ghosty math used to get so insane.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You have to have, if you played baseball with not enough people, sometimes you'd have to get off the base and go do something else, but you had a ghosty on that base. So, they could only advance one station at a time, really, but,
you could set it to CPU for a few plays.
He's like, okay, he hit a home run, but there were 2 ghosties on, so it counts for 3 runs. Got it.
Holy shit.
Fuck, I forgot about ghosties.
That's poor kid shit. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. God, ghosties were if you wanted to play baseball with a fucking ragtag group, or you didn't have, or fucking kids not having gloves, you get your fucking garbage ass off the fucking streets and go to a yard sale and buy a baseball glove, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ.
Baseball must have used to been a thing, because all of our dads before we were born played softball and shit. There's 2 fucking softball diamonds in my town.
I've read up on it. I think it was started in the mid 70s. Softball became a phenomenon that's made its way across America. That's why it got to, they weren't playing softball in the 50s, but it just became a huge thing so much so they tried to start a professional softball league.
Amazing.
Isn't it? Yeah, all these, some of them looked like pro wrestlers because they were all just trying to hit home runs and shit,
Yeah.
But yeah, they tried to get fucking pro softball. There were my hometown, I think had I bet 1986 had 6 men's teams and 5 women's teams. And within 5 years, they were down to 1 of each. Within 10 years, only, I think, down to none.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, the Midwest lost people, and the people got old and weren't replaced with young people, but like had have just been a cultural thing that died off.
Yeah, I guess nobody gave a shit about it at some point.
God, like I played for 2 years. We started the second team in Botno in the early aughts, and people were like, oh, fuck, we even have 1 team? So it's like, now we got 2. This is insane. Fuck. I loved softball.
I never played.
It's because it's one of those things, if you're with the right group of guys, you don't have to be good. Like, no one's going to get at. I mean, if you just keep striking out in crucial moments, maybe then, but let's like, it's like, you're here, you got a glove, we'll have a good, you like beer? Do you enjoy drinking and driving? We're going to do some of that.
I got a couple of buddies who play softball every year and take it super seriously.
Yeah.
My friend has 14 bats that he takes with different ones for different situations. It's like, this isn't golf.
Yeah.
Like, grab a bat and hit the thing. You're holding a beer right now. How seriously can you be taking this?
Yeah,
but he goes to the fucking batting cages and shit. Like, takes it ultra seriously.
I would, we'd all have to, I mean, we had a bar that sponsored us, but I think all had to throw in like $30 at the beginning. And I think that was to buy this is our game bat.
our shared bat.
Yep, this is what we'll use. Like, we had 2 game bats and then a handful of old ones for just practicing.
Sure.
But like, yeah, we had a bat you don't fuck around with unless it's game time. You know,
you don't hit rocks with it.
Want to keep it pristine, you know?
Keep the paint on.
And there's bats that are illegal, which is like, why are they even made? Well, I guess every fucking softball fucking board of fucking rules has its own what bats are legal or not, because that happened once. Bought a bat, someone's like, hey man, you can't use that in tournaments. It's like, well, fuck me, why did we buy this then? Like,
it's like magic cards.
Yeah, that fucking time we played a tournament, and the team we were playing was so fucking hammered they knew they wouldn't wake up, so they just slept in the outfield. So we have walked up to the diamond. There are children, teenagers, and 20-somethings. Looks like a plane crash. And they beat us because our guys were too drunk. They didn't show up. I am pretty sure I played shortstop briefly in that game.
They won. They had to sleep on the field because of how drunk they were, and that paid off.
Yeah, I think I talked to one of those guys. Like, you guys lucked out because we were still drunk. So we were so hungover by the afternoon we couldn't play worth a fuck.
Holy shit!
Remember they had a dude with a giant wig, sunglasses, and a headband screaming that he was Ted Nugent, and he just ran around like the fucking fence and screamed Ted Nugent over and over again. I don't know if they found him on the highway or if he was like part of the team.
Man, I can't believe softball didn't stay culturally relevant.
Because kids love Ted Nugent. Dad Nugent, woo.
Stranglehold.
This kid was. Oh God, I remember that game. So I was catching. I was so hungover. Someone hit like where your bat just nicks it so it goes straight in the air.
Sure.
And I fucking was looking into the sun. I literally didn't have to move my fucking feet. And I dropped it. It landed right in front of my feet. I heard someone in the outfield go, there we go. This is what we're in for. I know we somehow made it into the fucking bracket to win, and we got fucking throttled. We were losing 24-0, and we got the mercy rule called.
Oof.
And they handed us our 7th place trophy. And someone's like, and they handed it to me. I think I was catching, and I was like, the fuck do I do with this? And one of the guys like, fucking keep it. Like, no one, and it stayed in my trunk for a decade. Like, it's just the flotsam that builds up in a trunk, you know? Like, always that fucking softball trunk. It was big. I remember that. I remember thinking, could I use that as like traction in the snow? Jam that in front of it?
Could I wedge that in a tire if I needed to?
Get me out of the ditch. That trophy saved my life.
Now who's laughing?
What are other equivalent things to being on a softball league? Pool,
bowling,
darts.
Sure.
And people that travel for darts. I wonder if all of that shit's struggling as it used compared to what it used to be.
I bet it is. I bet that just the way America is economically, I bet it's all struggled. Look at fucking bowling's fall off from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about bowling anymore.
I think a big part of it is nowadays people are so way more wrapped up in their kids' life. Like their kids have all these things and they don't miss any of it.
You don't go to darts league anymore, but you never miss a kid's soccer game.
And
I wouldn't doubt that is a reason on the list. I think reason number one is who the fuck can afford to.
Yeah, well, or you just spend money on different shit, like you've like
groceries mostly.
But like, I think there's still plenty of well-to-do people, or well enough to do that could afford that just find other things. You blow all your money on a lake cabin, that kind of shit.
But lake cabin people weren't in bowling leagues anyway.
See, I think,
like bowling league is a middle class thing. Nobody in the upper crust was joining fucking bowling leagues.
I think there's plenty of middle class people that are upside down on a lake cabin right now, that are one bad week away from financial ruin, or you spend $90,000 on a pickup truck,
or $250,000 on a camper.
Yeah, that kind of shit. I think people floss way more than they used to, fucking showing shit off
at a time when they can afford it the least.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like it's insanity.
Yeah. Thinking back to what like a guy making the equivalent of $60,000 now in 1989 drove a used pickup truck, a nice used new pickup. Nowadays, that guy's making fucking $750 a month payments on a truck he can't afford. That's just a thing people do way more often than now.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's not good. It can't there's, you know what? You want a fucking cheap lake house. You wait a few years here.
Wait for the fucking water to go down. That's like they're putting cabins on fucking sloughs. That's like plenty of like there's shit back home. Like people talk, well, we used to hay that. And now there's people that have fucking cabins on it. Like, what happens if we get a bad drought again? Holy fuck. The sinking feeling in your stomach when you come back in the spring and you couldn't even get a fucking pontoon on the water, let alone a boat.
There ain't no water in the lake. Yeah.
Oh, that's a bad feeling. There's weeds visible the whole way across.
Oof, yeah.
That has to fucking happen. I mean, it happened in my hometown. Fucking, you couldn't give a cabin away in 1990. Like, the water had been down for like 3 or 4 years. No one was getting into it. For now, fuck. You couldn't buy a square yard of land on that fucking beach from less than $50K, like.
Yeah. I've never understood the fucking lake house. Like, granted, I know that I'm me and I don't want to go jet skiing or pontooning or be anywhere near the water.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I get it. I used to always think it was ludicrous when I was young, but I get it now. This is the place we go and it's fun and it's an escape. You know? And
it's just the idea of like, you know what I need in my life? A second house to fucking take care of.
Oh, I hear that all the time, how much fucking work it is.
Of course, it's a second house.
Yeah, like, I know in like, what was it, 07, 08, there was a huge real estate crash across America. I mean, the whole economy crashed, but like, they were fucking selling brand new houses in Arizona for like $70K. And my buddy's boss, who had a little bit of money, they had sold their lake cabin. They were thinking of getting a new one. He fucking just bought a house in Arizona. He's like, for the price I spend on gas to lug a pontoon up to the fucking lake and back, I can take an Allegiant flight to Phoenix and go golf every other weekend in the winter. And I could stay in a nice house that I own, like, what a wild thing that there was a time houses were giveaway prices. Like,
yeah. And I would way rather put a bunch of money into something that gets me away during the winter than something that is sort of fun in the summer.
Yeah.
Like that, but that's me though. I know that I can't use myself as the barometer on a lake home.
Someday splashing's going to come to you. It doesn't come for all of us.
I don't want to splash.
It comes at a different time for all of us.
I don't want to.
You could be. There's a very rare geriatric splasher. You could be it. Get big into swimming in your 80s.
Holy shit.
Featured on like the first story, the last story on the news because it's a fun, cute one. Local octogenarian Marlin Wells.
Brother, I ain't getting to my 80s. There's no...
You're exactly the same, but just a bright white Santa Claus beard. I just saw them swimming on the Olympics. I thought, why not me?
Nathan was right. Yeah. They don't know who that is.
Yeah. Fuck me, that'd be an amazing thing. Just boring people with your stories of swimming. You guys won't believe what happened at the public pool. Yeah, I think I can.
Yeah. Let me guess, did you swim?
Yeah, did you do some laps?
I did.
Yeah. Let me tell you about lap 4. Oh, no.
Did it smell like chlorine and pretty echoey? Yeah. Okay, Marlin.
A lot of kids screaming.
Let's get you laid down here.
Thinking back, the fucking discipline, the 2 or 3 fucking people that used to swim laps during the public pool hours. There were those, they weren't always, there was always just one guy going back. It's like, there are 700 screaming, pissing, shitting monsters around you. Like, that is something out of fucking Dante's Inferno. You're underwater, raise your head to child carnage. It's like an 8-year-old German suplex and a 5-year-old.
A fucking swimming pool is the loudest place that exists, and it's humid.
Yep.
It's like a swimming pool is the worst destination to go to if you're not going to participate in what it's for.
Yeah. That's another thing. If I remember, maybe they all had kids there, but I think some of them were friends with the moms. There'd just be moms sitting there getting sun. Like, how can you fucking relax
outdoors at least? I'm thinking of an indoor swimming pool.
Oh, yeah.
Go wear jeans at an indoor swimming pool. It's terrible.
I was at a hotel fucking 48 hours ago, and they had a pool. I was like, I'm going to check it out. Walked in, fully clothed, with my backpack on. There was a bunch of children there. Within 10 seconds, you feel like a creep.
Yeah.
A grown man in a pool with a bunch of kids in it. And you fucking
fully clothed.
I felt like I had to go talk to all the, hey, I just want to let you know, I enjoy swimming, but I don't want to swim with your kids. I might enjoy the hot tub, not if your kids are there. Not weird.
Yeah, that'll put him at ease.
Yeah, right. This guy who interrupted our dinner. But you know, did not make direct eye contact with any of your children.
Not because I was staring at their bodies.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. I was making eye contact, but not weird eye contact. Vacant eye contact.
Fleeting, vacant eye contact.
But did I wake up early enough to go swimming?
No, of course not.
Had my fucking trunks out, just like a little kid. I'm gonna wake up early and go swimming. No.
Did you sleep in your trunks?
No, I had them laid out.
Okay.
Because I knew time would be the essence. I couldn't be fussing around.
God, the balls.
Yeah, literally all wrapped up in that fucking fishing net.
All fucking bound up in there.
Well, shopping for swimming trunks in my size is an interesting proposition. You don't got a lot of options. I think they're all for fucking men from the fucking Pacific fucking islands. It's all Samoan dudes.
Samoans, yeah.
God bless, if they weren't doing it, you'd have to make your own swim trunks.
God bless island culture for swim trunks our size and Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, God, yeah, totally, yeah. Wonder what it is. We're all built differently. Is it all genetic, or does the diet lead to people being really big?
I don't know. It's got to be at least vaguely genetic. Think of the fucking wild Samoans. They were fucking huge.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Usos are kind of small. They're high-flying wrestlers.
That's true, yeah.
But for the most part.
I bet they're also not full-blooded Samoan, you know?
Good point.
Not to get too into the weeds.
Yeah.
I'm not going to draw up some pundit squares for you. But
or of the Samoan dudes who are playing pro football, almost all of them O-line. There's
big
a few,
guys, yeah.
Troy Polamalu's, but so many offensive linemen. Or big D tackles.
I mean, we are bigger than people from other parts of the country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People talk about the Midwest, big corn-fed motherfuckers. Yeah. It's that's how we come out.
My buddy talked about, he's like, I always wondered, why people talk like that. Or we can't be that much different till he joined the service and he went to basic training. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, he's a big dude. He's probably 6'3", and in very good shape and weighs 215 pounds. And he's like, I was a monster compared to so many of the guys there. Or if you move to New York City, my buddy's 5'11", and he talks about like, I was taller than most of the people I met.
Yeah.
So wild.
When I went to Maine a couple years ago, I was the biggest dude there by a lot.
Really? Yeah,
You know?
no kidding. Yeah.
Like, at least among the like other comics and stuff. Like, fuck, I went to Hong Kong. I was enormous in Hong Kong.
Taking their pictures with you without your consent.
We got pictures taken with people. Like, people would point.
Yeah.
Like, because the two guys I was with are like 6'6" and 6'10". Like, they would just look at those big Americans. They would just point at us with no like malice. It was just like, it was like if you saw a cool bird.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah. 6'10", huh?
Yeah,
Jesus.
we're fucking
Right,
big
6'10's
over there.
Humongous.
Guess what's made for people our size over
nothing.
there? Fucking nothing.
Yeah. You shit in the tub?
No, I didn't.
Do an Andre the
no,
Giant?
it wasn't. I'm not big enough to have to go full Andre.
And to give her the old waffle stomp? Get back to that.
I will say, the toilets were pretty little.
Holy shit.
Like I never had to resort to anything terrible, but it was definitely like, this is a tight fit.
Yeah,
This is snug, like a shoe that's one size too small.
Probably going to really only shit when necessary.
Yeah, exactly.
No
Like,
preemptive dumps.
but like every stool, every anything was like,
Oh
the
my God.
fucking shower head hit me
In your
3 inches above my navel.
I was going to say in your sternum. Yeah.
like-
yeah. Oh, that's... God, I never thought of that. I hate one that's even just a little too low and you got to crouch.
Doing
like,
fucking Hindu squats to get water in your hair. Ugh. Hong Kong ain't built for people.
fucking,
my
if you have to
size.
take public transit like a bus,
Train goes everywhere.
take 4.5 seats up.
I was also on a bus now that I think about it. Yeah, it wasn't great.
They had you with the livestock. It's like
Just surrounded by goats.
you just get let up a cattle chute.
Ah,
They just inoculated.
stop saying "kambos." I'm a man. He's got a rattle paddle behind me. Don't, it scares me.
I see why that works now.
Fucking rattle paddle is a useless cattle care instrument.
There's a bunch of older fat guys that they've done it a million times, so they're just nonplussed by it all. You're all shocked and outraged, ankle deep in wet hay.
Run me in the head gate, put a tag in my ear. Hey, ow!
I don't consent to any of this.
Oh, shit. You getting up to hijinks lately? What are you doing these days?
There's a troubling lack of hijinks.
That's
Every time we record, I just want there to be some outrageous story of some kind of act of mischief gone awry or gone according to plan.
all of our mischief stories are from our youth.
Yeah.
What is that?
Just why don't we?
I mean, you occasionally have a piss hap, but
Piss. Yeah, sure. Look, I like less piss apps.
we all would.
Yeah, but goddamn, they make for compelling podcasting.
Sure.
God help us if we start having shit haps. That's when you got to talk to the doctor. It was funny the first 6 or 7 times, but I'm fucking wearing Costco bags for underwear.
Oh no, Costco doesn't have bags.
Do they not?
No, nothing at Costco fits in a bag.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Holy
I just picture peeling off your jeans. You got that big horizontal Costco logo across your abdomen.
Kirkland across the front.
Duct, fucking not even duct tape, scotch taped around your body. 6 or 7 rings of scotch tape.
Oh God.
Sometimes I just cut the back and drain it out and retape it. What?
Okay, can I take your order? I don't need to know this.
You should go to the Wendy's across town.
This is a Taco Bell and I'm 15.
Yeah. This is probably illegal, sir. Holy fuck.
Yeah, just the one Blizzard. Taco Bell, sir.
Well, you're in a truck stop. A man walks to the pisser next to you, drops trow to the ground, and you just hear him rip open the front of a cellophane bag,
Holy
and 4
moly.
gallons of piss just overwhelm that. He's got to flush while it's pouring so it doesn't overflow.
He's just holding the handle down with one hand.
Then he brings out the Scotch tape.
Oh,
that sound of a Scotch tape roll getting strung out. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, you should do that in a stall.
Yeah. No shit. Doing this in these bright fluorescent lights. Never going to forget this.
Looking you right in the eye while he's doing it.
Yeah. You feel him breathing on you.
Pulls a wad of empty grocery bags out of his back pocket. Daddy needs a new diaper.
You ever wearing real underwear like an asshole, huh? You just get these anywhere.
They're giving them away.
He has a hat with a dollar amount, like $77.45 or something. That's the amount of money he saves every year not buying underwear. What will I do with my savings? Treat myself to a fine dinner?
Oh, God.
The options are limitless.
Pay down my student loans.
Holy fuck. Dave Ramsey starts convincing people wear fucking grocery bags for underwear.
Holy shit. Fucking Dave Ramsey. So Dave, the talk radio station I used to work at when you and I first started this, Dave Ramsey was part of the programming. Like we were an affiliate station. So I heard Dave Ramsey a lot just working there. Just, you hear it just incidentally because you fucking work there. And like, I always remember being like, this guy seems full of shit. This guy seems like out of touch, and occasionally he's talking about God on his financial show. I'm like, okay, I don't care for this guy. I don't think. I was unaware that young people knew who Dave Ramsey is. Dave Ramsey is a hot topic on TikTok these days. Yeah. Because it is all Gen Zers fucking lighting him up for how out of touch he is. It's always like here's a clip from his show, because like he also films his show, because of course he does, and it's a clip from his show talking to some caller being like, $20,000 a year, why would you pay that for childcare? Cutting, and then them snapping back to them going, because that's how much it fucking costs, Dave. And here's all these statistics. Look at this. Here's the average cost of childcare. What do you mean you're paying $900 for rent? Dave, that's a huge deal. Like, I'd kill my own father to pay $900 a month. Like, it's so funny coming across. It feels like coming across somebody you went to high school with, you know? Like this person from this other life that I had, and then like it turns out all these kids know who he is and are fucking roasting this fool.
Well, what's the Ramsey method is something that you hear.
That's
like,
that's his 12-step.
You
or
like
whatever
pay,
you want to call
like
it.
when you pay your bills, when you pay something off, don't stop paying that amount. Just take that amount of money, because clearly you afforded it before. So now just put that towards another bill. So you pay down the pay down the base or the principal.
And eventually, when they're all gone, you keep doing that, but into savings or something. I don't know his exact method, but it's like he's so. What do you mean that's how much money you spent on groceries? That's how much it costs, Dave.
What I was like listening to that show, it's always like these people's like, it's like, well, between me and my husband, we make $110,000 a year. It's like, how the fuck are you not living the dream then? Right. Like, how are you fucking up so bad?
Yeah.
Too much silly shit is usually the answer.
Mm-hmm. And I remember those phone calls. He like, I get why he's a big deal on the radio, because like he's got a good voice for it. He clearly knows, he doesn't not know nothing, you know? And he's good at whittling down a caller to, here's why you're broke, you know? But that now we've fast forward 5 years or so to where things are at economically now, and he's just out of touch, you know? It's like ask fucking, you know, ask Joe Biden how much fucking milk costs, you know? He doesn't fucking know. He hasn't bought a gallon of milk since 75.
the one guy that I always remember being paired with that Dave Ramsey, there was that lawyer that would just berate people that would call in.
I don't know that one.
Oh yeah, he was paired with that guy often. It'd be like an hour, half hour Dave Ramsey, half hour basically people that needed legal advice.
Okay.
He was really boisterous. He was like not Dave Ramsey, had a real fucking aggressive tone, and like just fucking just barreling into some 75-year-old woman who has an idea for a civil lawsuit. Like, what do you think? What do you think? You just that's how it's going to work? You just think a giant movie theater is going to pay you this because you slipped on something? That was a city street. That's not a sidewalk. Why are they supposed to fix the streets? And you just wanted money. It's what you wanted. We all want money, but you have to have a case. Do you have a case? No, say it. I don't have a case. Have a good day, man. What just happened? But that woman was fucking wandering around dazed for hours after that. I just thought I was going to get a new lake home for the money.
Because I slipped on a banana peel.
Yes, it was in the crosswalk.
Who even brings a banana to the movie theater?
I mean, I can sue them.
If I saw somebody eating a banana in a movie theater.
Or like bombarding these people for not knowing like the intricacies of divorce law. Well, what did you do? Did you have that annuity before you got married? Well, I think so. Well, what would you know that doesn't hold up? That's why I called. I didn't know.
This is supposed to be an advice show.
God, 1 out of 50 callers would have something for a case. And then it just get like, nah, well, then you just call this kind of lawyer in your hometown. Bye. Click. It's like no
Jesus
other.
Christ.
Like,
you could skip this step and just call that lawyer to begin with.
So good.
Holy shit.
Or like if someone has to cough or just stumbles on a word, he just like, nope, next.
Unbelievable.
It's such good radio. How was he the most personable lawyer that was willing? I think his thing is whatever Handle on the law, like Jim Handle is his name.
Oh, fuck, I do know that name. Yeah.
And he's like, call me so you can find out why you don't have a case.
Jesus
This
Christ.
rich fucking Wall Street dude just dunking on these plebes. I wish you could say shithead on AM radio. Tough titty shithead.
Shithead is such a good put down.
Being called a shithead by a stranger. Nice parking job, shithead. That stings.
That would stay with me all day. Oh,
Especially
man.
if I was in the wrong.
Yep.
I really was a shithead.
I was a shithead back there. Damn it.
Someone being loud at a bar is a shithead.
Yep,
Drunk and
totally.
boisterous. Like, what a shithead. 50 years old acting like that.
Oh, my God. Got to break that one out for hecklers.
Yeah. Watch your tone, shithead.
Or table talkers.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
You gonna save some of these yucks for tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to have to, I suppose. Got advanced to the next round of the comedy competition, which is tonight. So.
Evening gown round?
Yep. Oh, boy. I'm thinking of the 5 of us that are in the final round, and that's...
You gonna go elegant, ankle length? You gonna get a little saucy with it, make it a cocktail dress?
just barely past my butt cheeks.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, something like 1999 Jennifer Lopez would have worn.
Exactly. Yeah. Real tight. So tight. Strapless.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Shimmering.
What is happening?
Bright red. Bright hooker red.
He has too many stomachs.
This is the worst Jessica Rabbit cosplay I've ever seen in my life. That's the advantage of doing a long one is you can do a way too high of slit.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, good call.
You know?
You cough on stage and it all hikes up. I saw his asshole. Holy shit. Fucking eat shit in your heels. Fucking.
I'm just drawn this way. Go home.
Oh, fuck. In a goddamn Jessica Rabbit wig. You're sweating so much the dye from the wig's getting in your skin.
Marlin, you don't have to do this.
Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Who told you this is what this involved?
Hands are so sweaty in these long dinner gloves.
Who wears gloves to dinner?
Coughing my ass off, smoking out of a cigarette holder.
Up there singing. Black Velvet.
I gotta do 15 minutes tonight. That's a long way to go in that outfit.
Bring you to your knees. If you hitting that if would be like something. That's a guys would be standing up and like, hey, I'm gonna leave. I'm not comfortable with any of this.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not doing this.
Yeah. It's you singing, just and I'm on the side playing a stand-up bass.
That slit is so high. Jeepers. That whole ass cheek hanging out. Oh, shit.
Look at Penny. Oh, no.
Eating shit in those heels, reaching over for a penny.
Watching a nude man bend over to pick up a penny has to be fucking jarring. Because you're going to struggle with it, get your fingernail under flip it up.
Oof. Is it worse if you bend at the knees, like do a proper squat?
I think that's slightly better, but it ain't good.
It's not good.
Ain't good.
Bad boys bend at the waist. Jesus.
I play by my own rules.
Go home.
Got this penny. Yeah, you did. Congrats.
Now where am I going to put it?
Yeah.
No pockets.
Yeah.
Just one.
The party pocket.
Reach back and bird dog a penny.
It's already pretty full.
Yeah, we hear you shinking every time you move.
Took some little shampoos from a hotel last week.
Holy shit.
Get them out of there.
Last week. Oh, shit.
You got a thing over your toilet like fucking Old West prospectors used to find gold. Like, shit, then I flush a bunch and it gets all the organic material. You mean shit.
Marlin, what's that sound I hear in the background? I just working my toilet sluice.
There's a Game Boy game in here somewhere.
The mother load.
Lordy, lordy, we're eating biscuits tonight.
Holy shit, mother load would absolutely be my drag queen name.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, they talk about you before the show, like there's maybe they're here or they're not here. It's like there's been rumblings. The mother load might appear.
That's him coming down the steps as the rumblings.
Just aggressive, just scowling up
People's
there.
drinks getting the ripples like Jurassic Park.
Big Gene Simmons platform heels.
Hit it, boys.
There's no bad.
It's just somebody pressing play on an iPad.
Then the tinny sounds of boot scooting boogie begin. Out in the country, passes to the limits. I don't know what cheeks he's clapping, but it's to the rhythm.
Oh, shit.
Every night when the sun goes down. You do a standing split, go completely through the stage, just gone.
It's like Taz and Bam Bam going through the ring.
Is it over? Somehow you appear from the back of the crowd.
Song's still playing.
This is amazing. He's on a horse now. That's actually cool.
By the end of Boot Scootin' Boogie, I'll have them on my side. And I'll lose them with Black Velvet.
Yeah. He demands to end on this. Jesus Christ. Someone doing the splits and going right through the floor of a wooden stage.
Boom. Phew.
Sir, we haven't gigged the stage. It don't matter. I'll hit it hard enough. I'll gig it
I'll
myself.
gig it. Don't you worry. I'll gig it. Getting color tonight.
Yeah.
On my taint.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Being a large man, be able to drop that aggressive stripper fucking leg split would be such a jarring thing to witness.
You wouldn't know how to take that. You'd be like, Jesus.
Kind of commendable.
Good job.
Yeah. That's what you intended to do.
Just confused applause.
Yeah. Was that an accident? Or did you... You seem pleased with yourself, so good on you. I'm going to go now.
Phew. Can't believe we paid for this. Yeah. You would come out to mixed reviews. There, this terrible fucking drag queen burlesque act that we've laid out. You would have mixed reviews. Yeah. You'd have people in your corner.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. You'd be bringing something different to the stage.
Yeah. Be getting a lot of Yas Queen. Yeah. Be getting a lot of fucking bravery claps.
Yeah. And I love the idea of you being like egotistical, like just real elitist when you're doing it. You know, like won't fucking shake anyone's hand. Yeah. No eye contact.
Won't even talk to the other gals.
Yeah. They're scared of you.
Mother load.
You'll have to have your own dressing room. Fucking
of course.
Mixed everyone else is cramped because
be
of
a real fucking diva about it.
They can't say no though because you bring a crowd.
They can't deny the talent.
Yeah. On stage, everyone's just fucking scared. They don't know what's going to happen next. And just a cassette of Boot Scootin' Boogie kicks in. Women and smoke. Holy fuck.
What a weird set list to Boot Scootin' Boogie into a lot of miles.
Yeah. And are you singing it or are you lip singing it?
Oh.
I think you got to sing it.
I think so. Even though I think most drag queen shows are lip syncers, but I think I'm singing.
Yeah. So, and because you're out cut above. So
I'm a showman. I'm a show pony.
You're not singing along. You're just dancing to Boot Scootin' Boogie.
Right. Yeah. That's the striptease portion.
God damn it! Someone going through the stage and coming through the back of the crowd on a horse somehow. The fuck's that horse been this whole time?
That's an amazing magic trick.
And you're not smiling. You're a lot like early Gold Dust. A lot of sneering and fucking looking down your nose at people.
Holy fuck. That horse trick would really be that'd be like when you're watching The Amazing Jonathan and he pulls off a fucking great magic trick. There's always that shock of like, wait, what?
Oh, he can really do
Holy
this.
Shit.
I'll be goddamn.
Get the fuck out of here.
So by the time people hear this, you will know if you're a comedy champion.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Within hours for us.
I'm the reigning champ right now. The last comedy contest they did was in 2019 here in Fargo.
Couldn't beat you, so they made up a pandemic.
Yeah. Exactly. Vacated the title. I never lost it.
Yeah. It's still the people's champ.
Damn straight. Yeah. We'll see how it goes tonight. I don't expect to win. I want that on record because we're recording this on Saturday. It doesn't come out until Tuesday. I want it recorded that I don't think I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Not for lack of trying or nothing.
Yeah.
I just have a hunch.
Well, look at that. That's a teaser.
Yeah, we'll see if I'm right.
Yeah, we will know by the time this airs.
And you're hosting said comedy. Yeah. You have no effect on the votes. No, it's all audience voting.
It's not. This is all on the level, all on the up and up.
Y'all excited to host again.
Not really, but I mean, it'll be fine.
Did you? Last night was 15 comics doing 5 minutes each, which means you were up and down that stage all fucking night.
Yeah.
You really blast the buns.
Yeah, just going to say, my glutes have never been tauter.
Bounce a quarter off these glutes.
But it was fun seeing all those people. Contests have a fun energy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them, but they're fun.
Super fucking happy for a couple of those younger comics who did very well last night. You know, it was good to see. Contests for a market as small as Fargo's and a scene as small as Fargo's, like, it's cool because it gives everybody something to work for other than just next week's open mic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, some of these younger comedians, or even if they're not younger than me but newer at comedy, it's cool to see, like, it gives them all a shot in the arm.
Yeah. Oh, totally. That is a good point. I kind of forget about that. Like, it gets people psyched to keep getting better.
Yeah.
You know?
Gives them a reason to try and improve or try and do well, or, you know what I mean?
Breaks
like,
up the monotony.
Yeah. It gives them they practice all fucking year.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a game.
Yeah. Oh, good way to look at it. Yeah.
So, it was fun last night. We'll see how tonight goes. And then you and I are going to be at, we may as well talk about this because a lot of listeners are in and around Fargo or North Dakota and Minnesota in general. You and I are going to co-headline together. We're going to have a Barley Boys show.
Yeah.
At the Cellar in Fargo on March 8th and 9th.
That sounds correct to me.
1 show Friday, 2 shows Saturday.
Yeah, you can make it work. Now we're so accommodating.
Yeah, come see us. We've never gotten to do this before in like a club setting.
Yeah, so
we've co-headlined out in the sticks, but
so
never
times.
never in a proper
official,
comedy room.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Tickets are on sale at frontstreettaproom.com.
frontstreettaproom.com.
Go there and get tickets and come see real silly boys
Buy a bunch.
doing real silly stuff.
Be real silly.
Yeah, we're silly boys.
We sure are.
So we got that to look forward to in March. Anything else going on this weekend? You just slumming it?
Yeah, just.
I so badly need to shower before tonight's show.
Yeah.
I have such a sheen to me.
Maybe you keep that as like a show of dominance. Like this is a little. I'm shook by this. I'm not even showering for this shit anymore.
Oh, you guys are nervous? I'm still wearing a last night's taint cheese.
Same clothes.
Oh God, I can't.
Yeah, fuck. The charisma. It's the confidence, the machismo. Yeah, I was going to put a different shirt on, but why?
Just, and undo an extra snap or two. Really get just wet chest hair all matted down. It was fucking hot in there last night. I was dying.
Smoking a cigarette, even though that's clearly not allowed.
Sir, Marlin, you can't. It's part of my act.
Yeah.
It's free speech.
Deal with it.
But I'm clearly not liking it.
Yeah,
Just
it's really killing you.
It's ruining my rhythm.
Yeah. Your eyes are watering.
So dating's hard.
Fucking things. How do people do this?
Jesus, how long you been smoking? 45 minutes.
Harder than it looks.
Oh, shit.
Accidentally burn yourself.
Oh,
I forget they're on fire.
it's hot.
Yeah, you're like shocked that it's hot.
I feel like we've really dogpiled on me this episode. Like, I'm okay with it, but I feel like I've caught a lot of shrapnel in this one.
Wait till you have a shit hap.
God willing. I don't know that I've ever had a shit happen.
Oh, it's coming. The shit reaper comes for us all.
Yeah, I'd wager he does. Just a brown hooded cloak.
Yeah, that's all that's different.
Yeah. Oh no, the shit reaper.
What have I done? My best work slacks.
Oh, fuck. Well, we'll do this again next week, and yeah, well, I'll see you in a couple hours, and I'll see the rest of you on Tuesday.
Bye, everybody.